Hey everyone, what's up? Michael Phoenix here on a beautiful Monday midday here on Hamilton Street in Allentown, Pennsylvania. July 21st, gorgeous summer. Hope the weather's good it's beautiful where you're living. Just wanted to do a quick wrap up and final article on this year, the 2014 Lehigh Valley Sportsfest. In case you're not familiar with that term, basically it's the Lehigh Valley's version of the Olympics, where the organization every year, the main area is at Cedar Beach, but it's also spread throughout other places in Allentown, including Alton Park, and it is a wide variety of different sporting events. Main events and standards include tennis, basketball, street hockey, CrossFit, which the CrossFit is huge. They actually have their own small town encampment there for the week, down at Cedar Beach for the weekend. This thing is huge. Right off, I want to say, check Sportsfest Facebook page, check their website for all the photos and especially the video. There's a lot more video this year up than there was last year. And also check out the 2013 archives for the 2013 event and everything that I'm posting. Keep an eye on this week's edition throughout the week for everything, all the video and photo that I took to give you a real good idea. Combine the two and you'll have an excellent idea and an excellent reason to, even if you don't live in the Lehigh Valley, to put it on your calendar for 2015. Without doing it intentionally, I basically blew off every other event in the Lehigh Valley again this year, and I apologize to everyone to all the events I did not make. I didn't blow it off. It's just I spent the entire weekend at Cedar Beach to cover this. But basically, if it gives you a real good idea of how much I loved it, and how I would recommend it. Last night when I left, it was like going from full tilt adrenaline rush, bam, right into a wall and nothing. Again, the first year being impressed, that wasn't hard. Well, this year I had something to compare it to, 2013, to see how the organization handled it, to see, how they took care of the volunteers and the people attending and everyone involved. So I could look back on 2013 and say, okay, yes, it was just as good. No, it wasn't. It was even better. Well, what impresses me the most about the Sportsfest organization is the way that they make it's like their highest priorities are to make sure that everyone is safe and everyone is taken care of, and that the volunteers know how much they're appreciated. How they do this is, it's easy actually, and also their sponsors. Before I forget, Thursday when it kicks off, they actually have a sponsor pre-party there with live music, and it is catered, and it is a fully catered event, in which case the volunteers are also, and staff are also welcome to attend. But throughout the course of the event, there's always something to eat setting out. There's more than enough liquid, whether I'm a Diet Coke fanatic or water, or so the Lehigh Valley Sportsfest organization and the founder Ray Attia, their top priority above anything else, other than making sure everything goes off smooth, is so that the volunteers and everyone know, hey, guess what? We appreciate the fact that you are helping us out. We appreciate the fact that without you, this could not happen. That's what impresses me the most. Okay? Thankfully, 2014, nature decided to give them a near perfect weekend weather-wise. Sunday got kind of hot, But it wasn't like 2013, where 2013, honestly, it was a 100+ degree heat wave the first 2 days. Plus, we had an unexpected thunderstorm come up, which they handled everything perfectly. So nature decided to give everybody a perfect summer weekend. Going back to the organization, there were some events that, for whatever the reason, were canceled or did not go on for the full time frame. Things happen, nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do is adjust to it. Well, the organization itself, outside of the printed schedule, which you can't make changes on, obviously last minute, the organization itself, I'm walking around, I'm there all 4 days for almost the entire day, Saturday and Sunday, and you didn't even notice that there were any glitches. Everything continued to run smooth. There was constant communication between the headquarters at Cedar Beach and the people that were out and around. There was a constant flow of communication, which I did observe. And everything just, even though there were glitches, everything you couldn't, unless you were behind the scenes, no way in hell you could tell. Had a chance to talk to a couple of the people that showed up, a couple of the athletes and coaches and stuff, and also the volunteers. Okay. The main thing I'm curious about, and I'm gonna get video feedback on it this year. Next year, unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to this year. I was curious. I mean, for myself, okay, this is a cool event. This thing's awesome and wild. This is why I wanted my magazine to be there. By the way, we're on 17th heading towards Tillman and the hospital. So just give you an idea of where you're at here in Allentown. But I had a chance to, I asked a lot of people. I said, main question I had, it's a gorgeous summer weekend. It's a summer weekend. Beautiful out here. Why would you want to come out here and with the athletes, why would you want to come out here and do, compete when you can be with your family and friends? You could be down at the shore. You could just be having a beautiful, relaxing summer weekend. And the majority of answers I received from the volunteer end was to give back to the community. This thing is, I was told, which I observed, but this is from what other people have informed, other people's words. This is a great event that is for the community and for a lot of it's for the kids, like high school students with basketball, etc. It's a way to keep them one weekend at least out of trouble, and it's a way to give back and support the community. That I can 110% agree with, because the whole time I was there, second year in a row, you could tell that it's just one of those times where people just come, even the people attending, they did come out for specific events, but in addition to that, people came out just to enjoy it, just to see, just to be there. And I joked around with one of them. I said, keeps kids out of trouble and gives the cops a little bit of a break. He's like, well, I don't know about that, but he said, at least the cops are where all of them are at now this weekend. Which leads me on to my next subject. There was only one incident that I know of where the police had to get involved, and it had nothing to do with Sportsfest. It had nothing to do with WXW's wrestling organization. Basically, during the pro wrestling match, two ladies somehow, for some reason, I heard part of it was over a chair, got into a fight, and there was one injury. That had nothing to do, I have to emphasize this, that had absolutely nothing to do with Sportsfest organization, that had nothing to do with WXW. It just, things get out of control at times. People get out of control at times. You know? Now, how they reacted and responded to it is the important part, though. As soon as, apparently, I was standing in the back on the other side, all of a sudden I hear somebody yell, security, security. Two security people for the wrestling organization were immediately over there, and within a few minutes, the Allentown Police Department were on scene. The rapid response time and the fact that they were on top of it right away, bam, very high marks and very high marks on the fact that the situation was at least neutralized within a few minutes before it got out of control and even possibly to the crowd level. Great job, everybody. I felt bad for the wrestlers in the ring because it's like everybody's watching the fight, not them performing on stage, but it happens. So that was the only incident that I am aware of, which I keep the eyes and ears open, did not hear any other incident at all. This is, like I said, the top priority is safety. Now, there is no alcohol for sale here, which it's a very family-friendly event. There's young adults competing. This thing's about to a point. It's about also being healthy. So there was no alcohol at that event, which was a great contributor to everyone overall just having a good time and saying, you know what, screw it. Friday night they did have a band there. The Big Empty was on stage, and they basically tried to check the interview I did with Ray. They tried to, they're trying to get a wider audience here, which is really cool and makes a lot of sense. But it is, 2 years in a row, I am still blown away by this organization. Okay, Saturday night, as I was leaving, I started thinking about it. It's like, okay, tomorrow everything winds down. How am I going to do this article? How am I going to do it differently from last year? Well, the main thing that I can add to it is, especially if you volunteer, you're the media, whatever, and even, some of the coaches and athletes. I mentioned the word, I said, it feels like you're a part of the family, you're a part of a family when you're here. And they said, yeah, you are. Period, point blank. And that is why I told Ray, I said, as long as my magazine exists, as long as Sportsfest exists, we will be there every year. I said, hopefully next year we'll actually have a couple bucks to kick in as an actual sponsor. And yes, thank you very much to Ray for the invitation. I was able to attend the sponsor pre-party, shall we say. But this is like the first event that I've covered since I had the blog 2.5 years, where I felt like I was a part of it. Not just you feel like you're a part of the event versus just like volunteering, saying, okay, I'll help out, bam, done deal. You're competing. Okay, yeah, we're here for the competition. That's it, period. This is the first event in 2.5 years that after covering it twice, I can honestly say the best reason in the world to go, the best reason in the world to sponsor, the best reason in the world to volunteer is because you are a part of it versus just being there. And hopefully, it's hard for me to explain, but hopefully you can understand, you can get an idea of what I mean by that. So, it's really, I hated not to go anywhere else, but it turned out to be the top priority for the weekend. Now, from the business side, I mentioned, told Ray, I said, yeah, hopefully we'll have a couple of bucks next year to kick in as a financial sponsor. From the business side, I'm looking at 2015 already. I'm looking at 2015. Whether it's $50, whether it's $5,000 a shot, what I want my magazine and a Valley and Beyond's name the events, what I want them to be on. Well, I know two of them, and the first one is the number one on my list is Lehigh Valley Sportsfest. The organization, the event itself is excellent. The organization is the reason why. They listen to suggestions. They're out there the whole time working hard to make sure everyone is safe and has a good time. They work hard to show the world, hey, guess what? You see the Olympics on TV. Well, guess what? We can do it just as good. Granted, thankfully it's only summer, but I hate cold weather. I'll admit it. But next year again, as a business, from the business side and looking to spend the money that you work hard, whether you're an individual an indie, and it's just yourself, like a photographer or somebody, or whether you actually have an established physical business like a restaurant or something, would I suggest seriously looking at Sportsfest 2015 and contacting the organization to sponsor it, whether it's $50 or $10,000. This event, if you're only going to sponsor one event for the year, this is the event. Honestly, there's a lot of great charities. God knows how many events in the Lehigh Valley. There are benefits and everything, but this is the one event, even above Music Fest, which is always our top priority for the year, that really brings the community together, really brings people together, it's almost like kind of you get infected by the overall atmosphere of it in the best of ways. It's something that's hard to describe. It's kind of like more of a feeling, but yeah, as from the business side of it, please look at the event, look at all the coverage, talk to people that were there if you can, and talk to the organization, and for 2015, put it on the top of your list of events to sponsor, especially if you're looking to split money between different events throughout the year. Take some of it and put it into Sportsfest. It is easily worth it. So, and as far as attending or being a part of it, yeah, if you have any part of the weekend free next year, I would definitely suggest, if you want to do something for the community and volunteer some time, contact them next year and say, hey, look, we want to help out. As far as attending goes, yeah, whether you live in Lehigh Valley or not, if you have some vacation time coming up and you want to come to the area, make this one of your top priority weekends to do it. Make this one of your top choices as far as spending vacation and travel time. The parking can be a bit of a bitch, I'll fully admit it, but it is easily worth it. So, alright, I've dragged this thing on long enough. Thank you so much for your support of the magazine and everything we do. We have no idea how much we appreciate it. Michael Phoenix, founder of Valley and Beyond, to you, your family and friends. Enjoy the rest of the summer or whatever season it is where you live. Be safe in the night and always. You never know, if you're in Lehigh Valley, you might see me around somewhere. Later.